Oh, finally. I've got a new Twitter account. I've put it at the bottom there, so make sure you type that in the search bar and hit that follow button because I've had to start from scratch because my account got suspended for sharing a copyrighted video. Fuck me. But please, if you don't mind, go and hit the follow button. It'll only have 1 or 2 followers at the minute because I've literally just finished setting it up. So please go and follow. I'm just going to continue doing what I was doing, looking at all the under 23 scouts and just tweeting football as usual. So if you enjoyed my last account, you will enjoy this one. So make sure you go and hit that follow button, please. Thank you very much. But today we're here to talk about FA Cup football. If you're a purist like me, you'll love the FA Cup. I really want Newcastle to win this competition while I'm alive. Might not be here long, but I really want us to win this competition. So we turn our attention to Bromley. And I've had a little look at Bromley and they're in some fine form at the minute. They've only lost one of their last 11 games. So they come into this in pretty decent form. I'm having a look at them in the standings at the minute. They're sitting 12, so they must have had a bad start of the season. I can't lie to you, I haven't seen Bromley play this season, so if I was to tell you about their style of play, I would just be bullshitting you. But I have looked on SofaScore and had a look at their formation, and they do predominantly set up in a 4-2-3-1 formation. But we're not here to talk about Bromley. We're here to talk about Newcastle United, who are probably the most informed team in England at the moment. Scored something ridiculous like 20 goals in the last 7 games, only conceded 2. But I want to stop you there because if you're laughing at my jumper, this is the most coziest jumper you'll ever wear. And the only reason I've got it on is because my boiler broke last night. So I've got no hot water, no heating, and the guy isn't coming out on Monday. So guess what? I'm doing videos in this bad boy, but it's so comfortable. It's unbelievable. And it's like triple XL, and I'm only like a midget. So it looked absolutely ridiculous on us, but it's so warm. So I'm staying with it. You're going to have to put up with this, me and this, for the next couple of days. But yes, getting back to Newcastle, we're on absolute fire, but I don't think we're going to be playing our starting 11. I think we're going to be resting a hell of a lot of players. Eddie Howe's already come out and said Isak will not be playing. I think Gordon will get a rest. Even though Bruno didn't play last game, I still don't think he'll play. I think Tonali won't play. I don't think Joe Linton will play. I think we'll see the likes of Osula, Almiron, Trippier, those sorts of players. I hope Lewis Miley gets a decent run out because that's what he needs now. He needs minutes. But when I've been looking at what starting 11 we could make, I come up with a starting 11 all of fringe players, players that are in the first team 11 but don't really get an opportunity, like your Trippier, like Lloyd Kelly, like Target, Longstaff, Miley, Willock, Barnes, Almiron. Those are the players I'm expecting to start. But what I would love to see more than anything is a few more youngsters from the academy. There's a couple of 18, 19-year-olds that have been brilliant this season. If you look at Ben Parkinson, I think he deserves a shot because he's been scoring goals for fun this season. Alfie Harrison, who were brought in from Man City, I would love him to get a shot. Travis Hearns, the centre midfielder, he's been brilliant this season. I think for Rory Finneran, it might be a bit too young. He's only 16 at the moment. But I think we will see on the bench the likes of Trevin, Sanusi, players like that. I would love to see them getting an opportunity. Leo Sahar as well, the young up-and-coming right back. I would love to see him get an opportunity because not only has he been performing for Newcastle's academy, but he's also been performing for England as well. I would just love to see them getting an opportunity on the pitch. But like I say, Bromley come in form, so we can't be complacent. So I do expect Eddie Howe takes his cup competitions quite seriously. Do expect to see quite an experienced 11, but for me personally, I would love to have a mixture of some youthful exuberance as well as some experience. So when we look at the youth talent in Newcastle under 21s, the few players that I would select for this squad, there is Catherall Hefferon, the centre back, Leo Sahar, because I've got good expectations for him. Travis Hearns is one of the most talented footballers in our academy. Can he make the jump up to senior football? I'm not so sure. This will test him and we'll be able to figure out if he's at this level. Anthony Munda has also been performing well in the academy. Alfie Harrison, Trevan Sanusi, the fleet-footed winger, I would love to see him get an opportunity. And like I mentioned earlier, I think Ben Parkinson deserves an opportunity at least to be on the bench. Give them that experience. Let them experience an FA Cup tie where it's a David against Goliath sort of thing. I would love to see it. But like I mentioned earlier, we can't be complacent, and I don't think Eddie Howe will. What I expect from Eddie Howe, I expect a similar starting 11 to this. I expect him to start with Dubravka in goal, and then Trippier right back, Lloyd Kelly with Dan Burn at centre back, and Target at left back. I expect to see Sean Longstaff, Lewis Miley, and Joe Willock in the midfield, with Harvey Barnes, Miguel Almiron, and William Osula up front. And you know what? I don't mind that as long as we have a lot of academy prospects on the bench so they can get that experience, they can come on in the second half and try and showcase their talent. But I think this is a big opportunity for the likes of Osula, Longstaff, Lewis Miley to try and break into that first 11, try and get more minutes in the Premier League. Because if you impress on this sort of stage, this is where you get your opportunity. And I think Osula needs to at least get a goal just to boost up his confidence and make him feel like he's part of this Premier League squad. But that's what I'm expecting. And personally, I'm going to be pretty annoyed if we don't have at least 4 academy players on the bench, because that's what football's all about. You get these ties and you give your youth an opportunity. Yes, if it was later on in the competition where we were playing the likes of Man United or Arsenal or Liverpool, I would understand it. But I think these under 21s are capable of playing against this level, with no disrespect to Bromley. But we've got to do it with caution. We can't just throw them all 11 as under 21s. We need a nice balance of experience and youth. And I think players like Trippier would be a brilliant role model for players to come into the squad because he's so experienced. And this is what I mean. I want to find that balance. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you expect? I'm going to go for a Newcastle United 3, Bromley 0. That's my expectations, but I want to see Osula get at least one of those goals. But let me know your predictions, and is there any under 21 talents that you would play in this squad? Let me know in the comments below. But before you go, don't forget, go and follow that on Twitter, because it'll be greatly appreciated, because I'm starting from scratch. What an annoyance. But again, thank you very much for your time. Until next time, ciao for now.